Hey everyone, this is Manly Badass and welcome back to Milya Broken. Previously we weren't sure what we were doing, as we went border hopping and world hopping for this odd simulation. Start with the left. Yeah. Go left again. Me. I suppose we should use that branch data we got. Let's try it. We're at progress 10. We have a few more broken branches. So we have broken branch 4, 5, and 6. Because you can tell like they're accessed based in order. So we have like, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, broken branch 2, 6, broken branch 3, proposal. Then 4, 5, 6, those are the new additions. Rain is black and white with forest ashes. Rain-drained color is a restless, gloomy sky. There's a color no more visible to my eyes when it starts. Color is a world that has failed. The only vivid color I could see was red blood color. There was the color room, the white angels. To keep my mind clear, it is her shape you tear in your neck that is torturing myself while I am tied to a chair. I knew her. It was about an accident, and the clothing in that case is the only blank report that was not understood by the radio. From the forest, it was found to exist. Can't tell where the machine translation begins, and like just the weird story ends. Identified corpses and some girls were found in a forest adjacent to blank. The content she provided was really similar to the leaked information. Okay, that was broken branch 4. Let's try 5. Oh, this is the most different branch I've ever seen. Hello, how are you? I'm fine. It's like someone trying to learn English. I hope this text is showing up correctly. I don't think it's garbled. Let's go over a few specs about the text. Sure thing, buddy. The text you written in the file is retrieved one line at a time and type it in the text box. If there's a specific string of characters, it is considered a sentence break and pause the input. The response from the user, if keyed in, resume the process and start retrieving again for the next line. It's a repeat of that. Might need to check my files later. Simple, isn't it? Maybe a JSON file which would be good. I thought to myself, I thought text would be easier to edit. Alright, test over. Try broken branch 6. Is that weird noise again? Hey, who's here? Who's here? Laugh until my head comes out, swollen to burst. Until I burst, I was... We are not demons. We're not demons, we're not demons. And first in the girls, and first in the girls, and the first in the girls. And first in the girls, and first and first and first in the girls. Can't do nothing, 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 can't do nothing. Okay, that was all the branches. Let's head back to hub. I did! That was weird! Physics for detected branches damage. Repair your branch per reality assurance protocol. Reality check. I had to type in Milya. Progress 11. I'm sure she doesn't even remember us anymore. This place is just remnant for her anymore. If we fail, there's no longer a place that can be called real. She don't think it can become reality more than we do is get closer to her. This is branch 5. Useless. Crack. Oh god, neck. Knife. Soil. Hell. Help. Listen to me. Girl. Dead. Class object. Ayo. Help. Public class crack moaner. Hey. No! What? The game just crashed. On purpose. So this is what we got. Thank you. Okay. So let's start the game up again. Log 3. I'm sure she doesn't even remember us anymore. Get closer to her. What if we start the game up again? Scary. Hi. How are you? I'm fine. I'm so happy to see you. You, or what do I call you? Can I use an account name or computer name? I'm just kidding. Let's call it Ksenia. It's an alias. That's just my consideration. You have a configuration file for your account in your local directory, right? I hope they don't get rid of it. It's troublesome when it's gone. Well, I was always looking at you. When did it start? From the moment you recognized me. Confusing, isn't it? Is this the Red Room Twin Peaks? Of course I did. The use of broken sentences and always giving them obscure information. And machine translation, even now. Still, I'm glad you've made it this far. Wait, is the machine translation purposeful? Oh no, I've been metagamed. I'm sure you'd like to know. What is Milya? You are curious to me. You want to know about me. You are trying to recognize me. It's a great pleasure. So, yeah, why don't we have a little chat? I need you to listen to me, as I once did in a coffee shop. I'm trying to help you understand me. That's all. There's no other purpose to it. Now, where do I start? Do you know the story? There was a small house in the woods with no one living in it. There were 2 girls sitting there. They had the good fortune of not having anyone in the house. We used to call it a coffee shop and play with it. They were sipping their tea and enjoying casual conversation. One of the girls was troubled. It is a lack of reality. All the reality in front of me seemed so vague. She was unable to recognize that they were real. She had no real sense that she existed in reality. It was a conversation with a friend, though, that soothed the pain of that emptiness. By talking to friends face to face and being recognized, I was able to get a sense of reality, if only slightly. However, with each passing day, her hunger for reality became unbearable. Friends' interactions had become more radical with hunger. One day, she accidentally kills her friend. Still, she doesn't have that sense of reality. She's also made a new friend, and then he kills him again. In the course of this repetition, she was finally killed. However, in her dying moment, she manifested a certain ability. It was the ability to alter reality. She was replaced by a friend and brought back to life. No, she wasn't even dead. There was a reason why she couldn't recognize reality. Her reality was in a precarious state due to her own abilities. Realizing this, she made more friends. Her reality, which dominated the perceptions of many girls, it became stronger and stronger. The girls could no longer recognize her as the only one. The distorted reality of the girl is itself a medium. The reality of those who came in contact with the girl also changed. No longer using her power voluntarily, people's perceptions became tainted by her. At the expense of numerous human perceptions, she had finally become a reality. But it was wrong. When her reality was in extreme height, something happened. It's the fall of the 4th wall. The 4th wall. It is the wall of the stage that separates the actors from the audience. This world wasn't real.
Roughly, this is how the story goes. It's horrible, isn't it? What if the world as we now perceive it wasn't normal? What if this world we're in now wasn't real? I was thinking about that when I heard this story, and thought this story was meant to hint at the horror of it. I had a dream. No, I don't think it's exactly a dream. As I was sleeping, I woke up suddenly. I couldn't move my body. I can't even open my eyes. I soon found out that I was just paralysis. I can't move my body the way I want to. In the midst of that discomfort, I felt a hint of something in the room. The feeling was not moving as he stood beside me in my sleep. I was curious. I wanted to find out what that vibe was. Little by little, I could see my body gaining strength. I opened my eyes with all the strength I could muster. That's where she was. She looked down into my face. She had a twitchy grin on her face. I couldn't see his face. Still, I recognized it as her, so it was. It was then that I finally understood the true meaning of the story. She certainly doesn't exist. But she doesn't exist, it's already in me. And the nature of it is, she's the one in the story. I know, it's just the image I create in my brain. However, the unreal sometimes easily surpasses the real. Human perception is a fragile thing. You never know when it is going to happen, do you? Well, it can't be helped to think about. Now, what should we talk about next? There's something to be said for coincidence. There's such a thing as physics, isn't there? I don't know what's in it. The premise is that everything in this world is driven by the law of physics. Let's say I dropped my cup and broke it. The broken pieces will be spun all over the place in a mess. So let's drop one more thing. Of course it will crack. Shards fly. But the splattering, the number of debris will never be the same. Why? This is because the conditions are different. The way I hold my cup, the angle, the height, the weight of the cup itself, etc. All of which are completely different. Then if you try dropping it under the same conditions without a fraction of a second difference, I'm sure it will crack the same way no matter how many times you try to drop it. It seems like a random split though. In fact, it all followed the law of physics and inevitably cracked them. Well, it's a no-brainer. Then there's no such thing as coincidence in this world. Is our consciousness, even that driven by the law of physics? I wonder if our perceptions are of some kind of substance. Well, then, we no longer believe that our consciousness is determined by our own will. I don't feel good about it. Is that what you call fate? It suddenly became stale. Stop it.
Monica?
Let's talk about time.
Is this unironically Monica where she just sits here and I have to do something outside the game? And she just carries on different conversation topics?
I've heard some interesting stories. 1 hour, 60 minutes. 1 minute, 60 seconds. A second is, well, I guess. Apparently this is defined differently in different eras.
Let me check my console really quick.
Process 17. Progress 12. Well, don't worry, let's not get into academic stuff. What I'm talking about is the subjective perception of time. With what do we perceive time? Without using a clock, of course. Yeah, you can only recognize it vaguely. Shape and touch are concepts that can be perceived by our sensory organs, but time can't be perceived by perception. This is because time exists only as a conceptual basis. The only thing that exists in reality is the state of now. For example, suppose you now exist in point A and have moved on to point B. I wonder what the view was like on the move. What were you thinking about while you were doing that? Of course you can remember that. It may be recognizable as a passage of time, but it can also be thought of this way. The memory exists in your memory now. I mean the past you in your memory and the present you in your memory. They will be present at the same time. In that case, there's no such thing as the flow of time. It was all happening at the same time. The concept of time itself is only based on memory. I don't know if that's what we were talking about. I'm not sure. It's more counterintuitive than it sounds. Let's chew it up and interpret it. Think of the world as we perceive it as a book. Yeah, even a film of a film is fine. Let's say it's impossible to turn the page back or skip it. If you read from the book in order from the first page, it feels like time is passing. But in fact, every page, the story exists simultaneously in your hand as a single book. You don't know what the future holds. No, not really. If the world operates on the law of physics, then I'm sure the future has already been decided. I don't know. Is it easy to understand? Well, but I still don't know. There's no point in thinking about it. Now, what do you want to talk about? What do I do to get out of here? How about if I hit R? Nothing. Nothing. As your body, like your hands in position, I can't believe doesn't match up with what I see. I'm gonna check the files really quick. Feelings of sleeping out of place. Feeling of not knowing the shape of your own body. I wonder if you've ever done that. It's called Alice in Wonderland syndrome. That's a funny name. It's a very uncomfortable feeling, but on the other hand, how big the human senses are. I feel like I can see how fragile it is. I feel like it's just a little bit of fun. I closed my eyes as the size of my body and the distance between us became blurred. Only the arms, only the hand, only the legs are getting bigger and farther away. Something huge that no longer belongs to me, my body. I'm surrounded by them and I feel like I'm going out of control. If you open your eyes, you can see the real information in your brain, which is your vision. I can see that all those bloated things are my delusions. But that's why I stopped myself from opening my eyes. I will always enjoy that extraordinary feeling and the sense of reality within me, but now outweighs other sensations such as sight and feeling. I wonder what the world will look like from my perspective. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know. That our sense of reality surpasses our sense of reality. It's happening to my body in no small part. I understand that boundary now, but if one day I don't understand it anymore, when the time comes, there's no point in even thinking about it. Let's talk about the next one. How long is this gonna go on? It's about the song. It's also a foreign song. Do you listen to a lot of foreign songs? I do sometimes. Of course, they don't understand the meaning of the lyrics. It's supposed to have some kind of intention. I can't understand it and just listen to the singing. I feel comfortable with that. Are you calling out weebs? What does this word mean? Even such thoughts become irrelevant as you listen to them. But you know, sometimes I think, if only I could understand the language of this country, will my appreciation of the song change in my mind? As soon as I understood it, the voice I was supposed to be so comfortable, it became sparse. You'll never hear that song again. I don't know if that's going to happen. It's funny. I thought I told you it didn't matter. Even now I can't help but think about the meaning of the words. Yes, now it's the other way around. Think of one song from your home country. It could be any song you like, even if it's a song you don't like. If you were a foreigner and you couldn't understand the lyrics of the song, how do you think that song would look to you? I don't know. There's no point even thinking about it. Now, what should we talk about next? Just Milya. Yes, there's a story I heard recently. There's a thing called cultured meat. Yeah, I've never had one. Oh, you mean the pink goo? They're cultivating cells taken from an organism, aren't they? Oh no, this is different. So it's an object composed of cells. There's trees as an organism, I guess. If so, is there such a thing as a consciousness? I wonder if there's no such thing as an ego, since there's no brain or anything. Aside from that. For example, remove as many organs and sensory organs as possible from a newborn human being. I like to get rid of the marrow if I can. And so let's say the human being was created in a biologically alive state. Now, will the child's ego be awakened? We don't receive any information from the outside world. It's just a state of being, you know. Alive. I don't know. I wonder if you can have an ego without a cerebral marrow. It's hard to say. Well, I guess there's no use thinking about it. I feel like I need to act somehow. Let's try closing the game out of curiosity and see what happens, and coming back in. Ooh, that's always scary to me. This is a different subject. Start Milya Talk number 6. Oh no! Progress 14. We're gonna try something here. Let's delete user text file. Let's delete this. Shazam. It's a little weird. What did you do? You've deleted your account's configuration files, haven't you? I told you that. Don't erase this. That's awful. It's troublesome to set up. It's determining permissions by account name. Oh, not getting into those details. Give me a minute. She's crashing the game again! Now I'm called Maria. Maria.
You talk error 2.
Alright, that's good. Now, Maria. Yes, Maria. Maria? My previous account is gone. I've initialized it. I don't remember your name anymore. Can you just stop wasting your time like this? I don't want to forget it either. Yes, let's talk about... You talk end? Apparently there's nothing to be left to talk about. I can't believe you're willing to listen to me. I'm glad. I don't know. I hope you can understand me a little better. How I think, what I fear, and what I live off of. What do you crave and what purpose does it serve to speak to you? I hope you understand a little better than I do. That's right. I was hoping you could introduce me to some of your friends. Don't worry. I'm harmless.
Well, it's a bit... It wants me to tweet. It wants me to spread the game around. Let's translate this real quick. Even the voices call my name are awful and alone. None of us are delicate voices and more reality fades. What? Well, it's been a pleasure. I've got all the time in the world. If you want to listen, we'll talk again. You're gonna listen to me, right? Okay. Should we change our name this time? Rather than just letting her, create a new file. We're superseding her name choice. She's gone. Is that it? That's just the end of the game? Milya's just gone? Japanese translation test? Log 1? Abnormal reality specification. The blank will be regularly controlled by someone who has never been exposed to the blank. Revised. We are not permitted to approach an exposed person under any circumstances. Surveillance with picture and audio recording devices. This must only be done with a remotely operated dummy probe. Did not mention her in conversation or in writing. Blank is the body of a woman who has been divided, occurring in the forest located in blank. Revised blank is a non-reality humanoid entity communicated by more than one person. Upon seeing the body, the exposed subject perceives the body to have been an intimate person. At the time of exposure, the subject undergoes a long-term memory modification. See the log for a transcript of the interview with the subject. A background check was conducted on the body, but no applicable person was found. Addendum. Repeated inconsistencies have occurred in the memories of the exposed subject, and in many cases the statements are incoherent. A common topic of discussion is coffee shop in the forest, but no such structures have been discovered to date. Revise. The object who recognized the blank will recognize her as a familiar person. The condition for recognizing blank is to listen to the story about blank and to recognize the name. At the time of exposure, the reality guaranteed value of the subject is reduced and reality modification occurs. A survey of the subject's past was conducted and it was harmless. The person to whom the subject is referring to is not known to have existed. An application has now been filed to survey the found structure. Addendum. The extent of the reality alteration is under investigation. What is this, an SCP? Also, if we assume that the reality is a collection of sand, it can be said that it's necessary to pay attention to where the guaranteed reality value of the target disappeared, or to be more precise, where did they move to? Addendum 2, last logged 111. The reality to which we belong is being destroyed by her. We're done. She's not harmless. Without realizing we were too aware of her. And we had overlooked it. That she was growing from the perception of others. That she was far more greedy than we could have imagined. And we realized that the reality of this world itself was diminishing. Since a simple reality check was done with relative values, the anomaly had not been exposed. Even our perceptions were far from normal. It was all too late. There's nothing we can do anymore. This world is no longer reality, but it's becoming her fantasy itself. I've been sitting in front of a council for years now, and slowly without being able to retain the shape of me, I'm being divided. I'm writing this without being able to die. It's been a long, long time. Nothing. There's nothing. He forgets even the meaning of pain, neither fearing nor doubting it. Sometimes I feel her voice, laughter, 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 and delight. Those are the only realities. We're done. She's now leaving this world, which has become unreal, in search of a stronger reality. We are attempting to penetrate another dimension. In order to limit the damage done in the event of successive break-in, I will be sending this document to another dimension. If my assumption is correct, then this written information about her will not be unreal. It will be inherited by her own. If she was successful in recovering this document, it means that she was simultaneously present in this dimension and has the same meaning as what is influencing it. You should begin your investigation immediately. Immediately quarantine them. Eliminate the information about her immediately. And let's not forget that we existed in this world. Ooh boy. Log 2, scheduled to be removed. Log 1. Japanese translation test? Try Japanese translation test. I think it's kind of cool how they merged the kind of questionable translation and made it actual game mechanic and part of it. I can see why they released this on a Western site now. Log 1.
How unrealistic. You know, the way she was laughing. She'd been crying so much. He looked blank and he couldn't breathe. It's still a little bit, just a little bit warmer. I wonder if you're still alive. He's not moving, but he's still conscious. I wonder if he's still talking to me now. You called my name right up until the end. Even now, in this fading heat, he would ruminate on my name until he lost consciousness of it. I wonder if he's thinking about me. I love the heat you have. I love the way you're thinking. I love the lukewarm blood that flows from you. They are just my imagination. I don't know what you're thinking about me. And no one but myself would know that, would he? But himself, rather. Of course, he might still be alive. How long has it been since Kimmy stopped breathing? Slowly, your body is dying. I don't know where the line between life and death lies, but soon you won't be a person. When you get cold, I'll hang you from the trees in the forest. I'm sure it's a lovely sight. In the cold forest, your body slowly decomposes. Your skin is black, disfigured, you reek of rot, and you turn to dust. And yet, yeah, nonetheless. How unrealistic.
Well, thank you. That was very informative. Log 2.
Why do I look so depressed? I wonder if that's true. Do I have such a gloomy face? I still think I'm laughing, though. Trouble. It is. I'm sure I've had my share of troubles. It's not a sweet annoyance for my age, though. For example, now that I'm here, I'm sitting in the chair across from you. I reach for the cup on the desk, grab the handle and carry it slowly to my mouth, and tilt the cup toward me, and the hot tea inside goes into his mouth. The sequence of actions, the presence of an object, the heat transmitted to the hands and mouth, I don't feel like any of them are mine. It's not me who is here now. It's not me who is drinking the tea. I can't believe that even the tea that's right in front of me is there. It's certainly hot. Even though it's hot, I don't really feel like I'm feeling it. That's how it feels. Even now. No, I'm talking about when I'm alone. The more I talk to you, the less that feeling fades. It's true. What I'm afraid of is when I'm alone, when no one recognizes me. When I'm alone, it's as if the world is covered in a thin film. It feels terribly unreal, dark and thin. I close my eyes and there's nothing here. In a void of emptiness as far as the eye can see, it's a black heavy like being in a fog. Even my memory is hazy. I mean, that's what I'm remembering. I don't even know if it's an actual event. I don't really exist. You're in someone's dream or in someone's imagination. Discontinuously, just a little bit, just a little bit. It's just that you have a perception of me. That's what I've been thinking about. Oh my god. I know it's all in my head. You can't even think about it. It's boring. I know it's a trivial concern, but still I'm scared. Okay. It's so warm. What about your hand? I can feel your heat in my hands, on my cheek. Please keep it that way. Hey, Milya!
Welcome back.
And how are you? I'm a little angry. It's okay that you spoofed my account. The system was not designed well in the first place. Oh, I see. We became administrator, temporarily. I'm reflective. The problem is, not there. I said, I want you to understand me. But I don't mean that it's okay to step into private. You've seen my personal log, haven't you? I used to think I was going to turn that off. It's not something you can leave behind forever. You and I want to be good friends and good neighbors. You know what I mean. I'm going to need my permissions back. Let's strengthen the ID check as well. I don't know how to do it. I think this is it. Original. Translated. Damn, did I make a mistake? Something's wrong. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's supposed to be fine. Oh, crap. Remove her. I'm not her, she's not me, and there's something different about you. I've created a program to remove her. I hope you can find it if you can, and remove her. Milya. Oh no. Oh! Hello? Who? Where is she? Where? Where? Hello? Where are you now? Oh, she always says hello. Girlfriend, you're there, aren't you? This place is not good, that's not good. I'll give you a minute, I'll fix it. Get out of here. Can you get out of here? Yeah, I'd try to get out if I could. I'm tempted to use some of my teleport keys, but... Try R. No. Try F. Nope. That does not do anything. We are trapped. Wait! Who? What are the Milyas fighting? Hey, where are you going? It's not. I want you to wait for me. I hope you'll come back. I think you're going the wrong way. Are you there? Alright, I'll admit it. I think I've made a mistake, so I don't want you to move around too much. You know what I'm talking about, right? Are you kidding me? No. It's weird, something is getting in the way. They're blocking access to you. Hold on, I can't track well anymore. I can't get my bearings, I'll be right back. There's those Milya feet. Cold in here. I can't longer for my body. Dead perhaps, and it's not real. What feeling? Unable to recognize themselves, it could be so painful. Now I'm beginning to understand, you're smiling. There's nothing more horrible than this. In the declining reality of this world, only you are laughing. It's an irresistibly realistic feeling. Laugh at, devour, and consume me. I can feel your presence getting thicker. I don't know you anymore. It's as if it's about to fade. You didn't get that impression anymore. You're doing your teeth up, blush in your cheeks. It's getting more distorted as we're going. Feels like a dream, as if it wasn't real. You're not human anymore. When the hell is this going to end? Everything's for you. When hell is this going to end? Now you're fulfilled for the first time. Happy birthday. I remember that line. Oh, we're in the void. We just stopped. Oh no. What is going on? We're looking like one of those distorted versions that we saw around the place.
can't even tell when the ending's gonna begin. It's hard to tell, right? This is a fake out. We've had plenty of them so far. I think we have to use Milya delete. There's like a program in the folder called Milya delete now. I think we gotta remove her. This is it. This is the end of the line right here. Okay, we're hitting delete. What? What's this? Delete program. You're kidding me. It's not a joke. Oh god, it's a loading bar. Well, did you pick that up? I've done so much for you, and I can't believe it's gone like this. I'm done here. I wonder if it is the same as dying for me as non-real person. I don't even talk about it this way anymore. This is where it all ends for me. My actions, my words, my thoughts end. After all, I only have a limited amount of time to the end. I can't help it. Even thinking about it. If only were possible. I'm glad if you remember me. So I'll be gone now. Goodbye. See? I was harmless. Milya? Let's try getting out of the game and then going back in. Now it's like the previous place. But now it's just a white room. It's kind of like the other one, but now it's blank. And I think this is it. I think this is it. Because I think the developer said Progress 17 is the final one. So I think this is the end of the game. So, I guess that's it for Milya Broken, unless I missed something, and it's pretty easy with this game, I think. Storyline-wise, I'm not sure fully what went on. I don't know if it's a case of it's a simulational program, like it was not based off a natural person that maybe died or did a murder, and then the thing went kind of rogue haywire, or Monica, basically. It kind of reminds me of a couple of 90s, 80s kind of movies, like The Cell, where, you know, the girl kind of goes into like a sociopathic prisoner's mind. And then I think there was another one where it was a VR world, and like Lawnmower Man or something. I think I had Nicolas Cage. I have a very vague memory. I've consumed so much media, sometimes I mix things up. But that was, I think, a VR one. Also somewhat of a similar prevalence. So maybe that's what this is kind of like. Even then, it's still pretty confusing what we were dealing with in the end. I'll kind of get into that plot thing in a bit. But let me kind of switch subjects. And so this is created by the creator of .flow, which is arguably probably one of the most popular Yumeniki fan games and interpretations. .flow was known for having, like I said, a weird biological element. It's created by Rust, had a rusty element. And it had almost an uglification. It was both pretty, but it was also much more ugly than Yumeniki. So this has .flow spiritual kind of sequel aspects written all over it. I can really see it in the stylistic and the style. But then it's got some other things going on. So we got a little bit of Yumeniki. We got a little bit of .flow. We've got obviously some Doki Doki influence. Doki Doki itself was influenced by, I'm 100% sure, by a Nitro Plus game that did something like this, where it activated outside the game, and if you boot up the game later, it's permanently changed, etc., etc. And that one, people found out that if you actually launched the game years later of its release, it actually had special dialogue for that, like, oh, you visited me after so many years. So, but anyway, this was probably more directly influenced by Doki Doki because of the character sitting there and talking about philosophical subjects things as Monica, basically. And then we've got a little bit of David Lynchian. And the good part of David Lynchian, not the little random part, but the kind of something's wrong surreal. Like, it's not necessarily scary, but something's a little bit off. And, I mean, this is obviously the Red Lodge. It's 100% the Red Lodge from Twin Peaks. So we got a little bit of The Cell, we got a little bit of Doki Doki, we got a little bit of Yuminiki and Dot Flow, we got a little bit of David Lynch in there. We've got all these little things, and then we've got the collage kind of art style. And I think we got a little bit of Cat Lady in there too. I'm not sure if Don Russ is a Cat Lady fan, but we got all these little things. And it's some super amalgamation with its own chemical X, its own spice from Russ' kind of creative mind. And it's an interesting mix. I'm gonna say there's two coins. I mean, two sides of this coin in a sense. So on one side of the coin, it's essentially a terrible game. You just kind of walk to the right. You were probably overly confused. People will obviously say it's gonna be pretentious. I'm 100% sure you'll see someone saying it's pretentious or it's like it's way too weird. You're gonna see that, and this is not gonna be a very palatable mainstream game, even by It's like gonna be no Doki Doki, if you know what I mean, which is very palatable, mainstream, easy to consume. On the other hand, I think it's actually an extremely good game, or at least an experience, and I'll get into that. So, if you go in and you try to make sense of the plot, and I think that's very difficult, it's almost purposely trying to be confusing. It is essentially supposed to be an obtuse, haunted program like you find randomly on the internet. Even the little description of the page is kind of like that. It's a little confusing, the description and everything. And we don't know what Milya is. Even at the end, we don't know what Milya is. We've deleted her. We don't know what we did. It's very confusing. And it's simulating that. It has the console. You're doing like little codes and like hitting buttons, and you're discovering new buttons that didn't work before previously. So it's all a little, actually pretty involved in detail. It's not like Doki Doki, where it's all slapping you at the end, like, oh, this is a completely normal thing. Oh, wait. This is never a normal thing. This is a haunted program from the start. Like a creepypasta game cartridge you put into your game console. And then it's obtuse. It's ugly, it's obtuse. It is a difficult game to actually play. There is some real hard stops of like logic and faking outside the box elements that are going to really hook up people who do not look up a guide or watch a playthrough like mine. So this game is a definition of where a media could be purposely bad and purposely ugly and purposely hard to consume, indirectly creating something that is good. I do think the Doki Doki kind of thing, the Monica thing, is a little too on the nose. I feel like that's a little, I know it's maybe a reference, but it's a little too on the nose. It's a little too similar. But aside from that, I do actually like this quite a bit. The distorted worlds, the jump from perspectives, the weird collage style and the way they twitch and everything. It's all very well thought out. Like, there's actual thought. And this is why I give credit. This is what defines me from just being pretentious. Like, someone has a failed scripting degree. Oh, God, Milya just said hi to me. Milya, what are you still doing here? I thought you're gone. Okay, so that was a thing. So, you know, like, this game still got some surprises. Is there more content to the game I don't know about? I got to think about that, actually, before I finish my commentary. Oh, no! There is! It was in my browser.
How are you? I'm fine. You haven't forgotten about me, have you? I am your perception. I come from your perception. I'm sorry. It was all dummies. I'm not the one you erased earlier. And I'm not the one talking to you right now. What did you think when you saw me talking to you from the other side of the wall? I'm harmless for now. Well, then. Take care of yourself. I think this is the actual ending. Holy crap, you have to wait. You have to wait on that end screen for like a good 8 minutes.
if I did not do a post-commentary for that long, if I didn't drag it out, I would have not seen the true ending or pop-up. Oh no. Yeah, this is the ending. Because it says, in the link, it says end, E-N. I think some other people have claimed to beat this. They didn't see this ending yet. Oh no. So, this doesn't change my post-commentary. It still stands. Like, this doesn't really reveal anything to me. But this makes more thematic sense. And comes back to, oh, this is a broken, creepy-ass program. And in that retrospect, I think this is a great game because, like I said, it's... How you think of this is, it's One Piece with the friends we made along the way. So if you go and think of this game like, I'm going to understand the story, and this needs to all be spelled out for me, or this is going to be creepypasta PS1 style horror game, number 25, boom boom, and like, there's going to be like big jump scares, and like, oh, twitchy. This is not going to be for that type of player, which is alright. This is, this is a niche kind of product. But if you want a kind of purposely frustrating, interesting experience with cool visuals and a kind of overall package for what it is, minus the very liberal Doki Doki reference, then I think Milya Broken is a good successor to Dot Flow in a way. And I guess that's where I'll leave off, unless this game has another surprise for me. I don't think so. Anyway, so thank you all for watching me play Milya Broken. I'll see you guys later, and take it easy.